So something I've noticed with these upgrade paths, specifically with Ghost of Tsushima, for those that don't know, Ghost of Tsushima was shown at a State of Play a week or so ago, not too terribly long ago, and it was announced that it's going to have a director's cut that would include a new island to explore, lots of new upgrades like updated visuals, updated frame rate, updated cosmetic items so your horse can have more armor now, which is always good and always good for a meme. And then you have things like updated dub, where with the Japanese audio in the game, like the Japanese voice acting, the lips are actually dubbed to it, so it's not as distracting anymore. And which is all really cool. Like, I'm all for it. When I saw it, I was like, sweet, I'm gonna pick this up. But then they announced kind of the pricing for the director's cut of the game. When you look at it, it's kind of confusing at first, because it's like, wait a minute, how does this work? For example, I have the image here pulled up from IGN's Twitter account, and so this is the pricing for Ghost of Tsushima's director's cut. If you get it on the PS4, it's $60. Now this is assuming you don't already own the game. If you're brand new, you don't own the game, it's $60. If you buy it for the PS5, it's $70. But if you already have the base game on your PS4 and you're upgrading to the director's cut content, it's $20. But if you're upgrading it and you're on a PS5, it's $30. Well, let's say you don't have a PS5 yet and you buy the PS4 version. Then when you get a PS5, it's going to cost you an extra $10 to upgrade. Now, did you understand that when you first looked at this? I know I personally didn't. And I remember when they first announced this, everybody was confused by this. They were like, wait a minute, how does this work again? It's like, is the director's cut $60 even though I already bought the game? Do I have to buy the game again? So this was super confusing when it first came out, and it's still confusing to this day, because this is just a lot of information to throw at the consumer. You know, when I worked retail, and even when I went to school for graphic design and marketing, one of the things that we learned was to not overload the consumer with information. Water down your message, make it concise, make it clear, so that way it's easily digestible. And I don't think that this is. And when I saw this, I was like, this is a little weird, because you have other games that are on PS4 and you can get for PS5, and the upgrade to PS5 is free. Spider-Man Miles Morales does this. Metro Exodus does this. A Plague's Tale Requiem, is that what it's called? A Plague's Tale Requiem does this. Final Fantasy VII Remake does this. Manhunter does this. There's a lot of games that if you already own it on PS4 and you buy a PS5, you can upgrade to the PS5 version for free. And so when I look at this, first of all, I don't mind paying money for DLC. That's not the issue here. The issue is you buy the PS4 game and they're charging you extra for the PS5 upgrade, which to me is a little weird, especially when you look at Death Stranding. Now, Death Stranding is a game that I started playing recently. In case you missed my video on me taking down my backlog, this was the game I'm starting off with. But Death Stranding has a director's cut that they also announced coming out in September that has new battles, advanced combat, firing range, more transport possibilities to make transporting your cargo easier in the game, new story missions, and a racing mode. Why a racing mode? I don't know, but I'm here for it. And then you also have some pretty swanky new box art. From an artistic perspective, it's really cool, and it kind of goes with the pro-life themes of the game. But then this, you may be wondering, okay, that's a lot of content. How much is that upgrade? Or how much is it? Well, let's just say you already own Death Stranding. I'll let you read the tweet. If you already own the game on PS4, you can upgrade to the director's cut for $10 on PS5. So if you already own Death Stranding on PS4, you can upgrade to the director's cut, get that extra content for a flat $10. And as I was looking at this, because these were announced in the same State of Play, as I was looking at this and comparing the two, I'm like, what is this? What is going on here? Why not, and this is just my thought, why not just sell the director's cut for $60 and say, hey, here's Ghost of Tsushima director's cut, $60. When you get a PS5, you get a free upgrade to the PS5 version. When you upgrade to the game, like if you already own the game and you want to upgrade, $20. $20 will get you the DLC. When you get a PS5, you can upgrade to that for free. And that already, if you do that, that eliminates this line of text, this line of text, and this line of text. So you bring the message down, you narrow it down to where it's like PS4, $60. Comes with PS5 upgrade. You want just the content because you already own the game? $20. Comes with PS5 upgrade. That's easily digestible. This is confusing. I retweeted this on my personal Twitter account, and someone actually replied to it and said, I'm confused. And so I don't understand what Sony is doing here, I guess. And those of you that listen to the podcast know that me and Adam are self-proclaimed Sony ponies, right? But I have to look at this, but when I look at this, I'm like, this is confusing. This is a bit much. But this is just weird. This pricing model is really weird, especially when you have this going on with Death Stranding. And they've updated the graphics, they've updated the visuals, faster frame rates and those kind of things, extra content, but it's $10. Now granted, if you don't own the game, of course, there's that, I think, $60 or $70 price point, but it's simplified, it's easy to understand. And then when you look at Spider-Man Miles Morales, when that came out, same thing here. Marvel's, oh, that's way too much highlight. Like, read this here. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is releasing for both PS4 and PS5. We know not all of you will be upgrading to PS5 console at the same time, so it was critical to us to offer an upgrade path from the PS4 to the PS5 at no extra cost. This way you can feel confident about playing the game on PS4 this week, knowing your game can come with you if you decide to purchase a PS5 console. Where did this mindset go? Because I don't see that here. I don't see that mindset here. So what's going on with Sony? It's just weird to me, in my opinion, that this is the route they're going, and it's confusing and it's convoluted, yet Death Stranding simplified it. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think that this is confusing? Do you think that this is easily understandable? Do you think this makes sense? You let me know your thoughts, either here if you're on Twitch in the comments, or in the chat, and then if you're on YouTube, leave it in the comments down below. But let's talk about this, guys. Is this weird or what? Is this too much? Is this confusing? Y'all let me know. I'm really curious to hear what y'all think.